All right, first video of the day, and it is a hot one. It is already about 87 degrees outside, and it is 8:50 in the morning. Whew. Yeah, we're gonna turn the air down. That was, I think you're gonna want your air now. That was a rough one. Y'all, it is.
I've never had so many cicadas lined up.
That place was like, the course was like, it was $6 total for us to play, and like the layout was tough but fine. But there's so many cicadas. I didn't know there were cicadas up in Chicago. Maybe that's just a dumb thing for me not to know. Now I do. They were attacking us the entire game. Like, and it's also, it is 9:37 a.m. and it's already 92 degrees before heat index. So with that, because it's no clouds today, it's probably already close to 100 at 9:37 in the morning.
It's like a car, dude.
Here, let's turn your air down. There we go. And we were getting attacked by cicadas the whole time, but hey, we got it done. The goal for this whole time here, this is the hottest day. The high today is 97 before heat index, and unfortunately, like I said, the sun comes up so early everywhere here. It was daylight at 5 a.m. when I woke up to use the restroom. The sun was already coming through the window, so I was like, well, we're not going to beat the heat, that's for sure. So no matter what, we couldn't avoid it.
We have an air quality.
Yeah, because it's just so hot today. So we're hoping to get 3 done. Thankfully, they're all one course locations, so we can just get back in the car and cool down in between them. But that was hard. That was a very hard. I don't think it was this hot in Indianapolis. You guys can fact check me in the other videos because I don't remember, but I don't remember it being this hot. I think it was like upper 80s.
Yeah.
I don't think it got the 90s. I was like heat index probably did, but today's 97 before heat index, and by I think it said by 10 a.m. it was gonna be 95, which is absurd. So we're doing the best we can. We're trying to get these 3 done and just be done for the day. That was hard. That was hard. A cicada literally just landed on my car to go with that. So with that said, we're gonna head to the next place. We're gonna get there about 15 minutes before it opens, but it's at a park, so being the first one's on is probably a really good thing. Get that one done. Got one more to do, and then we'll probably get lunch after that. And then, unless we just for some reason get a burst, like the wind picks up and it cools us down some, unless we get a burst, at least literally see them fly by the car, we're done. Because this is a very, very, very hard day to try to film. But we're only here for a certain amount of time. We gotta do the best we can with it. So yeah, we'll see y'all at the next place. We are literally the first ones here today. It should open up in just a second. Well, that was a first. So y'all saw in the last clip for the vlog that we were here, we were waiting for them to open. As soon as I walked, or before we even went in to pay, oh yeah, sorry. She looked at me and then looked down at the camera and said, "What are you doing with the camera?" And no, she didn't say that. She just said cameras aren't allowed, basically.
Well,
she was nice. She was nice.
Are
she was,
you guys
like taking photos or videos.
She looked down at the camera and she looked at us and she said, "Are you guys going to be taking like pictures or video by chance?" And Brooks, we said yes, and she said, "Okay, by
like
something with
county
the city,
ordinance.
Yeah, like you can't film or take pictures with a camera. It only can be on your phone."
Yeah, anywhere in the county. Which is interesting because a lot of the courses in Chicago outskirts are all at public parks. Never been told that before. She was friendly about it, and we'll get to how we were able to do. But it's sort of like, hey, we've done here before without, like, we were told everything was fine, and just kind of played it off that way because we have played here before back in like 2021. Just like, okay, well, we have a group coming in, just try to get through and out before they really get in, just so other people basically don't report us for doing it because we're not supposed to, and so she doesn't get in trouble. So it was like, what? But you're allowed to, she said, but you're allowed to record and take as many pictures as you want if you're using your phone. So I can't do it on my camera, but I could put my camera away and get my phone out and do the exact same thing, and that's fine. That's like, it'd be different if it was like, hey, no matter what, it'd be dumb. They'd be like, okay, you're not allowed to take photos or videos here, period. Anywhere, and there's like a park, there's a water park, there's like soccer fields. She said it was like anywhere in the park, countywide. How do you enforce that? One. But you could do it on your phone. It's the same thing.
I don't know.
So that was the part that threw me off. But she was not. I said like, hey, we've done here before. Please, we came here.
She was just trying not to get in trouble.
Yeah, she didn't want to get in trouble.
She's a young girl.
Yeah, so like I get it. But it was just like, what? Like never. Where people have asked like, hey, have y'all ever been told you're not allowed to film before? That's the first time. That's the first time we've ever been told like you're not allowed to do. But we were able to work our way to make it work because that would have been like I would have hated that we came all the way over here. But also, Alicia, the part that concerns me now is I'd say like 75% of the courses in this area that we're filming for this part of the trip in Chicago are all at parks. And I don't know if it's just specific to this one. Again, never been told that before. I don't know if it's specific to this one or if that's going to be a consistent thing we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to have to either, if so, I'm going to try to sweet talk my way through and explain that we have filmed all these courses before and that we have basically permission to film, and see if that works. And if not, we're gonna have to just film some of these with my phone and just make it work. Like, thankfully we can connect our mics to it, and that's an important thing, is we have to just be able to have the mics running so y'all can actually hear us. I can do that. I've never tested it, but I know they can connect to my phone. I hope we don't have to resort to that, but we might have to. And we're here for like 10 days, and we're stuck here. Like, we can leave early, but I'm like $3,000 down the drain for the Airbnb. If we do, we need all these videos. So I am crossing my fingers that was like a one-off thing and we don't run into that anywhere else. It could be.
Cross your fingers and your toes.
Yeah, cross it all for us, because we're gonna need it. It really could be just this county though. Like, I don't know. But y'all, if you've been here for a while, you've seen us play all the courses in the Chicago, Illinois area before. And obviously the videos made it out and we were never told anything. So that was interesting. But we're heading, I don't know if this one is a driving range or it's independent or if it's run by one of the parks in the city. I don't know. But it's only 4.5 miles away, so it might still be in the same county. So we're gonna find out together. But cross your fingers, your toes, and wiggle your nose in hopes that this works out, because that was actually kind of stressful dealing with that. And then we were into like, because you said like, okay, if you do, just like try not to get anyone else on camera. And obviously we try to do that always. But then the group that showed up were just jumping holes everywhere. They were all just splitting up. So we were having to figure out like, how can we film the course without getting as few people on it as possible and all that. So we made it work. And it was a really good course, like really, really good course.
Yeah, it was.
So, and it was in like brand new conditions. They must have just recently returfed it. So I'm glad we got to play it and for you guys to see it. But that was a first. That was a first for us.
I was stressed out.
And we were just trying to like play as fast as possible. Like, hey, we'll be in and out here in less than 30 minutes. Like, please. And that's when they agreed. So like, okay, you're gonna get in and out of here pretty quickly. So we were just trying to like speed golf our way through it. And like, obviously that affects the video, but it's that or no video at all. So I know you guys will understand, because y'all the ones that are watching these videos. Y'all are the cool ones. So we appreciate it. But just know, whenever what was that called, like Mountain View or something like that, you saw it in the clip before this. Whenever you see that video, I don't know when it'll come out. I just killed a cicada, sorry. Hey, one down, 1 billion to go. Whenever y'all see the video from this specific location, you'll know exactly what's going on. So we're headed to the next place now. It is 10 minutes away. The breeze has helped with the temperature a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was not much breeze at the first place, I think because of the trees. There was a consistent breeze, and like, it's 92 according to the car, now counting heat index. And it actually, like, I was sweating, but like, I was like, I could keep going if I had to.
I honestly feel like the first one was hotter than this one.
I thought it was way hotter. And that one was no shade the entire time, where the first one we were in the trees the whole time.
Maybe
just because of the breeze.
Like,
that could have been the humidity.
Trees, like,
I know trees can make the humidity, yeah, much worse. Because that one didn't feel like there was as much of it, but the wind was also blowing a lot better. So with all that said, we're heading to the last one. If we feel good, we might do one more, just because if like timing works out, we might do one more. We'll see. I'm gonna try to get around this semi really quick. We might do one more if we feel good, just because it's gonna be hot every single day. We'll see what happens though. Again, y'all, please cross your fingers, toes, and your nose. We'll see how this one goes. Oh my God, it kept right. I mean, wait, why is the gate locked and shut? It said it was open at 9 a.m. Please don't. This has been another really weird, consistent thing with calling places here, is no one knows what time places open, regardless of what the sign says. Man, this has been a really frustrating thing about this area too, is like trying to call places and find out. Well, it'd be nice if that's what it said on their website, because it said 9 a.m. like it said on that sign. So I guess we're gonna try to find somewhere else. Man, we're off to a really great start on this city. Well, we'll be back. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but we're not off to a good start in Chicago. No. We are really not. Yep, let's try to find another course, I guess. Like, the sign says closed, which is accurate because it says it opened at noon, but on that sign that says it's closed, it says daily at 9 a.m. And when I called them, they said either 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. they opened, and then that sign says noon. So we're gonna have to, but the bummer is these three courses were all super close to each other, and then I forget, I click right here. that course said, or the 3 courses we were doing today, all were like relatively close to each other, like within 15 minutes. And then everything else is really spread apart. So this was kind of like the ones that were right here. So I'm gonna have to just like try to find another one, I guess, and see if there's anything close by. We'll be back, I guess. Yeah, we're not off to a good start. Well, we were stressed trying to figure out the day, but you know what? The Lord delivered. We're gonna get lunch and then go back, and probably have to kill a little bit of time beforehand. It worked out. Another day, another Chick-fil-A. All that kind of rhyme. What's up with it? Food content. Well, we're back, and it's gonna be toasty. Thankfully, this is the last one we're gonna do, but I turned it down so we make a cut right here. Don't worry, I'm gonna turn it back on. They open in 4 minutes. Oh, it's 99 degrees. We're getting there. I guarantee you that's gonna be at 100 before we get back to the car after filming. We'll see. We'll see if I'm wrong or not. But we're back. Oh, that's where we're going afterwards. So ignore that. But yeah, now we're just sitting here boredly waiting for them to open up, and this will be our last one for the day. We could do more. I was like, oh, should we try to do one more because it's windy, so it's not that bad. But I know the heat is probably still draining us more than I think it is, and we're here for 9 more days to film. I'm just in my head like, okay, just start burning through courses, just get them done 'cause it's so hot. But the more we try to do that, the worse we're gonna feel every other morning trying to get up. So we're gonna be responsible. I'm not gonna do any more after this, and we're just gonna go to the mall. At least let's go back to the mall we went to yesterday that we said we weren't gonna go to because we went to Sephora, but now we're going back again, even though we're going to the mall tomorrow, a different mall, a bigger mall, to film before it opens. And she's gonna be there. So we're going back to the mall, basically, is what we're saying.
I love malls.
She ain't wrong. We'll see y'all after this. It's 99 now. We'll see if it breaks 100 before we, or when we get back to the car. It is taking every single ounce of my being to not scream right now.
Today's a stressful day. Like,
oh my God.
We're really playing with a lot of situations.
Every element is against us today. So we did this one. No care about the camera. No care about the camera. Which is weird because we're like 5 miles from the other. Anyway, we pay, we get started. No one here. First one's on. 4 holes in. 4 school buses of a camp show up. And they just go, not the worker, but like the camp counselors just go, have fun, and just send them out into the course everywhere. Like we were thinking like, okay, like God, a bunch of kids showed up. But if they had all stay back, they could see us on there. The counselors knew we were there. And it gets a little better later in the story, but literally just was like, y'all go ahead, and just ran over the entire course. And there was at least 40 kids out there, and all like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Some of them are actually really polite, so shout out those parents. Some of the kids were actually like, they were telling other kids to back off of us because we paid to be there. So like shout out those parents that were teaching their kids.
Other little kid, we heard this one little boy that was saying like, guys, they paid to be here. Like,
and then one even said like, oh, they're filming, guys, back up.
Yeah.
So like, whoever those parents were to those kids, shout out y'all. One of the counselors eventually realized how frustrated we were getting, and she had them like kind of spread out. The other one literally was staring at us like, what are y'all doing here? Like, he did not give a flip about what he was just like, he was not enjoying his job. So that happened. Like, if we would have seen the buses when we got here, we wouldn't have done, but we already paid and we were already started, and we were just like, okay, maybe they'll play the course and they might run up behind us a little bit.
Yeah.
No, they just like all jumped to the middle of the course. None of them started at the beginning where we were. But funny enough, and none of them paid because I guess it's like a public camp. And I heard one of the teachers or the counselors say like, hey guys, like back up, they paid to be here, we didn't. They never apologized for letting them all run on us, but whatever. But the worker felt so bad when we turned in our clubs. They're like, hey, we're so sorry, we didn't know about this, here's a free game to come back. I don't know if we would have time because I was like, do we just leave and try to come back another day? But we have like 35 courses to try to film on the days that we're here, and I don't know if we'd have time to come back. So we're like 30 minutes away from the Airbnb now. So like, well, we have to kind of just commit to and just do the best we can given the situation. So again, another video where if you see how stressful we are, this was Woodland Trails. I don't think I did the intro because we were trying to get out. But if you see this one too, you'll know what was going on and you can't miss it. But just today, my God, like nothing is in our favor today. And during the outro, a cicada flew into Alicia's hair and kind of got stuck in it for a minute. So that also happened. It wasn't as bad as the first place. And she's like, we heard it, and we're like, is it in my hair? And I'm like, I don't see it. She turned around, and it was apparently underneath. But
I thought it was gonna bite me.
Yeah, and I couldn't see it. So it has been nothing is in our favor today. Like, we're done now. Like, we're not dealing with anything else. We're done. But nothing has been in our favor today. I hope that's not a sign of, because obviously kids are out of school because it's middle of June. Hopefully that's not a sign of like what the rest of the week is going to be like. Again, especially because a lot of these are at public parks. So I get, and again, I'm not complaining because the kids are there. Like, I get it. Like, they didn't pay to be here, but like, it's open to everybody. But that's why we try to film when kids are still in school. And I was thinking like, this wouldn't be the activity that would draw people in. Especially, that's why we're trying to get to every course when it opens.
Well, little kids,
so we're the first
like,
ones on.
For the most part, they're just.
Oh, I'm not. Oh no, I'm not saying
that,
to the kids.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying this for the video. Like, most
kids are gonna be kids.
Kids are gonna be kids. They don't really know no better. They got somebody like.
If they're like basically being told like, hey, go have fun, they're gonna go have fun, and they're not thinking about.
In the moment, they're just playing and just.
Oh yeah.
It's more so up to the guardian at the time
to wrangle them in.
Kind of, and they were listening when they were telling them to like.
Oh yeah,
back off
it was just
like that.
It was just one of them was good about it, of getting them to kind of back. But they were like, we would be like filming, and then I would hit, then Alicia would go back to hit after I get the camera, and some of them would be like standing on the hole waiting to go, like just the personal space, which again, kids don't know, and I'm not blaming them. I think it was more, the one was good, and she was good about it. It was the other one that was the only one that was out there for a while. The other guy that was one of the counselors or whatever.
Yeah, one of the other actual like.
In that group. Hey.
Yeah.
And literally he kept looking at us like we were like causing an issue with them.
Yeah.
Even though we were there first and we paid to be there. And he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't say a single word to us or a single word to them. He was literally he was on his phone the entire time watching the kids run up on us. And you could see on our faces that we were very frustrated considering we were there first and we paid to be there. And then the other one thankfully came out and was like, basically she looked and was like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah,
you could see it. She was like yo,
like,
what are y'all doing? Even to the other guy.
Yeah.
And then he still didn't do anything after that. But so it was like the middle of the video, it was like kids all over us. And then she was like, hey y'all, like she's like, go play some of the other holes, like give them space, they paid to be here. And then other than the ones that were super polite that did wait behind us, the rest of them did just spread out.
Yeah.
And then the other ones were really polite about it the whole rest of the time we were there. After they were basically told.
We had this one little boy that come up behind us, and his ball had lunch behind us, and you just hear, excuse me. So
polite.
And he said, can I please cross and get my ball?
It was so like, yeah, like we were on the back end of the hole, and he was having to cross like where you would hit off from. Like nowhere in our way. Like he could have done that, we wouldn't have even seen him.
Yeah,
but he still made sure to ask. And I was like, oh yeah, like you're good, buddy. Like thank you for asking. So like the few parents like they raised some really polite kids, so respect to them. But it was just the thing. I was like, really, it's 100 degrees, or it went down. It went to 99. It never hit 100 on the car, so it didn't hit 100 degrees yet, according to the car. But it's like it's hot. We're trying to get through this, and then like it's always we always have this happen to us. It's always like whenever there's a school field trip or whatever. It's always right after we pay and we're deep enough into the video that it's hard to leave. Especially when we're always like we're always so far away. It's like, do you end the video? Do you try to skip around? But when there's kids on every single hole, like if there's groups, we'll skip and we'll come back to make sure y'all have seen it enough times. But when it's spread out across the entire course, you can't be like, oh, let's skip to like these two holes and then hope that those two are open and then this one's open and then you have to try to put it all together. You can't really do that. So there was no option for it. Boy, it was just like, oh my God, like why? Because my first thought once we did was like, she saw the camera, like girl was like, there was no question of like what you're doing, anything. I was like, okay, cool. That was my worry of what was going to happen. We're good. Hole 4, look back and you just see backpacks everywhere.
I saw them cross the road. They came from the
water park or whatever. It's like
across the road.
Oh no, why? We were the first ones there and we were like, okay, we got here the second they opened. And still it was like, of course. So we were thinking like, okay, like kids might show up, field trips, whatever, but they're not going to get there the second the place opens. You want some?
Yeah.
So we're like, we should be clear. We should be good. I guess when it opens at noon, there's already people out doing everything else, so they can just walk over there. So it's going to make for an interesting week because, one, the camera filming issue, and two, like, kids are out of school. We knew that. It was the only time we could come here on this trip was where the dates fell.
And the cicadas are just...
And the cicadas are insane.
They just want to take me out.
Again, I did not know that was a thing up here. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I thought that was more of like a super southern thing.
Yeah, I did too.
Like where we're from. But then we have like worry about kids in camps and all that showing up at these park courses, which again are like 75% of the videos we have to do, and being allowed to film in general. We have to figure, like, now we're really playing with a lot of different things, plus basically 100 degrees with the heat index every day. So I know, like, I don't want this, because this has been an 8-minute clip. We have really been going at it, but like, I want it to sound like we're complaining. I know we are complaining, but this is just like, this is the other side of what we do. Like, usually there's no one ever at the courses. That's the reason why, and it makes our lives a lot easier. But now that kids are in camps and stuff, like, it's just, it adds a whole other level of how do you do this, because you don't want the kids to be on camera, because people on the internet can be messed up and bad people, and you don't want kids' faces on the internet like that, even though you're out in public, so it's fine. But I don't want that just because of the way the world is nowadays and stuff like that. So trying to avoid all that too makes it hard to film, and yeah, it's just a hard thing. So, but we're done. Gonna decompress. It is what it is. Again, when y'all see these videos, thank y'all for understanding it, because we're doing the best we can given the situation. That was a big hole, Jesus.
It's okay, we'll go do some retail therapy.
Oh boy, that's my favorite thing to do, isn't it?
That's my favorite form of therapy, honestly.
For one of us. We'll see y'all in a little bit. There again, sorry for the rant. Don't want to come across negatively, but we're just trying to explain our day, and that's what these behind the scenes videos are. Is like, hey, this is what we're dealing with right now, and is unfiltered-ish is possible, because that's what this is intended to be. So thank y'all for understanding.
Just to sum it up, is like, this is the true, like, behind the scenes with our business, relying on the weather, circumstances of the course. Like, this is just what our job relies on.
It's the stressful side of what we have to do. And it's just like, if something goes wrong when you're going to your daily job, like you get a flat tire or something like that, it's just like out of your control. I'm knocking on wood right now.
That you just have to deal with. This is what it is for ours.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it makes, when you're totally reliant on stuff like that, it can
stuff
make
that's
it
fully out of your
stressful.
control.
It's just stressful.
Yeah.
But it'll work out.
Yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully it's just today and the rest of the week goes smoother. We're doing the best we can. The good thing is, we're here for a long time. The main priority courses, there's 3 of them. We're doing all 3 of those private. So at least there's that. We're doing the main ones that brought us here, and then everything else is bonus, just to like try to break even on this stop of the trip, like financially. And then let the other big videos kind of carry. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. But that basically sums it up. Thank y'all. I feel like we can both confidently say finding this outside Chicago was not on either of our bingo cards for this trip.
This is one of my, when I have like a top 5 restaurants that are my favorite, this is in my top.
I swear I've looked, and you've seen me look, they were only in Florida as the only ones I could ever find. I guess because I didn't think to look literally on the other side of the country for one. This is so random. This is a funny coincidence, and Alicia, you can vouch for me seeing this. When we were in, I think we were in Minneapolis. It was either Minneapolis or the Dells. I said, like, you know what I have a weird craving for right now? And it was the food here. So, like, we're going to be back in October. We're going to go back to Orlando, I think. And that's the only place we knew where it would be, that we would have it this year. And then we found it here. So that worked out. Hot fry. Very hot fry. Seriously, I don't know why I've been craving this, but it is so good. This, like, sauce, like a lemon zest sauce, I don't know what it is. And the sweet potatoes are so good.
It's tropical.
There you go. And we got communal fries. They're mine, but they're Alicia loves fries, so they're communal. We got, is that the chicken or the shrimp one?
Chicken.
Nice. That was an incredibly happy surprise.
Sorry, I was watching. Wonder what I'm doing.
But that was a incredibly happy surprise to find that. I'm pausing it that way. My bad. We'll get back to it. I depaused it so we won't get copyright stricken by bad omens. I don't want to be doing that. Anyway, that was a very happy surprise we found this. So
I love this restaurant.
We found it because when we were coming in yesterday, we came in off this road and we didn't actually see the restaurant. I saw it on the map. In the car, I was like, wait a second, that's up here? And then it ended up being like 10 minutes from where we're staying. So that was
fantastic.
And the food's all the same. The vibe on the inside was exact. We've been to enough of those now. Like, even at a new restaurant or a new location, I know like exactly where the bathroom is. I know where the bar is. I know where everything in there is because we've eaten there so much in Florida. Never would have if you would have asked me where is Bahama Breeze outside of Florida, outside Chicago would have never been my guess. So I've looked.
Just like beachy.
Because she's had me look before when we were in Florida, like, oh, is there anywhere else? That way when we're not in Florida, we might be able to find one. And I looked, and obviously I didn't zoom out far enough to see Chicago on the map. But I zoomed out to like up to like South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama. Nothing came up. And then found it here. So that was a pleasant surprise. But Alicia already said before we even got our food of, hey, I want frozen, like, I don't understand why it's hot as hell. I want frozen yogurt. There's frozen yogurt nearby. So now we're going to Minchie's. This is just a food vlog. We'll see y'all there.
You know, I gotta be good.
Which we did both have grilled chicken for dinner.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good too.
I still gotta be good.
To frozen yogurt we go.
About the bikinis, no.
Oh, that's true. She did actually.
I won't be looking like Pillsbury Duck
Minchie's.
Boy in my bikini.
That's a way to describe it. Okay. Oh, this is right by Illuminati's, which is where we want to also go one day. So this is pretty close to where we are. Cool. See y'all at frozen yogurt. Just because it's a different type of food, don't mean we're escaping without showing it. Food content. They had a banana pudding Nilla wafer flavor, and oh my god, that is. I wish I just got like a tiny little dog because they didn't have sample cups for some reason. Oh my god. Wait, if we come back here one day, which we probably will because it's really close, I could just get that and be happy.
That vanilla is really good.
I'll have to try that. I got strawberry shortcake on the bottom, cake batter, and then a little bit of banana pudding on top, so I can have different flavors to go with. Next time I'll have to try some different stuff, and then do some more of the banana pudding because that's amazing. All right, y'all. That's good. I don't have a hat on. Y'all can judge my hair all you want. I don't care. That's the end of today's vlog. Sorry we didn't film anything at the mall. It was just the way the day went caught up to me, man, and I just got super stressed out. I don't know if it's just the way that today went with the heat and the people with the crowds and stuff like that, or just the trip adding up. I don't know what it was, but it just hit me like a brick. And Alicia said she could even tell without me saying anything when we got to the mall, and I just needed to take a break. So I apologize we didn't film anything there, but all we did was really walk around anyway. I didn't get anything. She got a few things, but I just needed to like clear my head for a while. So I apologize that we didn't do anything there. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Tomorrow we're working with Putt Shack, the electronic high-tech mini golf. We're working with them. I think like this is kind of where they're based out of for the U.S. And they have a location here down at a different mall. So we're going there tomorrow. See how that goes. They're letting us come in early, which we're super grateful for. That should be a good time. I haven't played one of those since really last year. So that'll be fun. But again, apologize for how today went. It was a rough day. It was honestly, which I can't complain. It's the first really rough day of the entire trip. So for me, so can't really complain about that. But I gotta get all the footage off this for the vlog. I get all the footage off the camera for the mini golf videos and get ready for bed because we have to get up early to get down there before they open tomorrow. But thank you for watching. Thank you for showing support. Still, I think we're low. This might be exactly 4 weeks into these vlogs, I think. I'm not fully sure, but we'll see. We're still here for another good set of days. We'll see how the week goes, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.